Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka The Weather Gamer, bringing you Week 1 recap for WWC with Week 2 pick'ems. I am not alone this week, I am joined by Shadow.
Hello.
And Board as well.
Hi.
They are two. Shadow's a coach, as you guys know, he's the coach of the Green Lake Gliscores, and Board is one of the analysts. You're probably wondering, why is this video up on Thursday when they're supposed to be coming out on Tuesday? I'll talk about that briefly here in a moment. Unfortunately, we had a coach drop out of the league about 2 days before this video was supposed to be recorded. So we weren't able to record on time in order to allow the new coach to come in, get himself set, and play his Week 1 match. We had to delay. Also, I don't know if Ga and I will play this our match tonight, Thursday. We're still working on trying to schedule that. If that doesn't happen, you'll see the WWC videos get, for Team Builder and Match, will get delayed. They may bump up with APA or PCF, potentially. I'm going to make sure that things are spread out correctly. So if you see videos being released on days they're not supposed to, that's why. Apologies in advance. We're working on different time zones at this point, so it's going to happen every now and then. Anyways, first order of business here. So I did mention we had a coach drop out. Unfortunately, Torn decided he'd no longer wish to continue in WWC. He has too much going on in his personal life. It's what happens. We had 9 coaches drop last year. All we can do is hope the best for them and see if they'll maybe come back for Season 3 or not. But Slick Panther, coming in from APA, has joined, taking over as the Cleveland Escavaliers. So we are swapping the Dutch Pyrors for the Cleveland Escavaliers. That's why we had to give them time to, or we had to give Slick time to get settled with his team. That way we could have him have a fair Week 1 instead of trying to rush it. So with that, we're going to go ahead and jump into power rankings here. So starting off, we have the Houston High Dragons sitting in 16th at 0-1 minus 3. 0 is the change from last week's power rank to this week's. Nikki did. I hate doing this to people. I hate power ranks because I hate putting people down below. But Nikki he still has the worst team in my mind, even after making some transactions. He played really, really hard. He brought that game back a lot closer. He could have easily been 6-0'd. I still don't like his team. He didn't play the best. That's why I'm keeping him at 16. How about you, Shadow?
I actually put him at 15 because I feel another team played worse and prepped. But some questionable things from Nikki. There was the prep. Sunday Eye with HP Ice and this has Dark Cold and HP Water. If he had Dark Cold and HP Water, he could get fungible or really solid damage, but HP Ice did basically nothing. In his play, anytime he brought in a threat, he would set up, and then his threat would die. He didn't really play to a win con. He just kind of threw stuff in, set up, and then it didn't work out.
Yeah, he set up way too early. By the way, if you guys are hearing background noise, I'm sorry, that's on Board's end. It's 11 o'clock at night for him. Can't really control that. It's okay. How about you, Board? What do you think with the High Dragons?
Okay, I'm sorry if I'm a little bit late because I'm also different time zone, so lag. Anyway, I put High Dragons at 15th because, well, I mean, there was a team that I think had the worst loss, I guess. But, I mean, the same things, like the prep really both needs to be worked on, and like the main reason is that everything was more Clem, so chipping away to Threshold at the end. And like he played well, but I think part of it was down to Clem, who were going to play making some mistakes rather than all of Nicky's hard work, I guess.
Yeah, and that's basically, Clem kind of touched on the same thing that Shadow did. No Dark Pulse or HP Water on Thundy was odd, and just letting Suicune set up on him.
Yeah, Swiss coming in for free. He'll get busted now.
Yeah, it was not a good matchup, but hopefully with some of these new transactions and Nickies, he can bounce back. So then, 15th, West Texas Leafeons, Mamanish, 0-1 -5. She drops 4 positions down from 11th to 15th. She survived week 1 without getting 6-0'd. You guys wouldn't know this, but last season, Mama got 6-0'd, I think 7 out of 11 weeks. She got 6-0'd. But I actually had her at 14th, just because, like, she put together a decent team. She just didn't use it right. Like, she misplayed Zygarde extremely hard to begin with. And had she just played Zygarde correctly, and I know you talked about this too, Board, but if she just played Zygarde a little better, I think she could have avoided at least the 5-0. I don't think she could have won, but she could have avoided doing worse. So I know you didn't like the Zygarde play there, Board. What all did you just, like, you called it criminal, I think is what you did.
Yeah, I did. I just think like Zygarde is very cheaper, and the way she still let die for free essentially is so bad. I mean, she did well to stop the Volt Switch, but when things like all the prep went into stopping that and having nothing for Sylveon and Colorado, so hey, didn't get tipped on, but yeah, the Zygarde is like our biggest weapon, and if you're not playing that correctly, then you're going to struggle, essentially.
How about you, Shadow?
The huge move was in on the Delmar, when he couldn't touch it anyway.
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
All the plays, side is not great.
See, my problem, and I don't know if this is what Mama did, because I actually haven't talked to Mama about this, but I get confused with Delmise, and I think it's Grass Steel for some reason, or Ghost Steel at times, because of that anchor shot. But then I have to remember, no, in its Steel Worker ability, no, it's Grass Ghost. So she might have stayed in to try and hit it as a Steel type. I don't know. I don't know, because both Mama and I actually started playing in the same league together, so we're both just about as inexperienced as it can be. Moving on here, Lofoten Agrons. They're one of the biggest fallers this week. They've dropped 8 slots down to 14. Personally, it was poor prep. I'm mainly responsible for them having the worst record in the league because of a Gliscor issue for Giran. I actually didn't rank him that far down. I had him at 12th. It was just poor play. Like, he sent me his sets afterwards, and he originally was going to bring Mega Lopunny and Tang, and he didn't bring either one. He changed it to Cincino, and I don't remember what else he made changes to at the end. But I think that prep killed him. Letting Celesteela die to Vikavolt killed him. And then just, I don't know. He's still got a good team. He just played really poor. He got haxed. I'll admit, he got haxed with the Cincino tail flat misses. But I don't know if that's enough to really say that it was a hax loss. It was more of a... He just didn't prep right. He made too many changes at the last minute, and it killed him. What do you think, Shadow?
I just think leaving Steela in on a Vikavolt, huge misplay, and no Ice Punch on Hitmonchan. It's a full team couldn't touch Gliscor.
Yeah, he needed some...
Bad overall play.
I brought Charizard thinking Charizard was going to sweep as soon as I got rid of Toxapex, and instead Gliscor is the one that comes in and sweeps. What about you, Board? I know you had the Agrons down there.
The board?
Hi, sorry.
Yeah, he's got that lag.
Like I said, my lag is spiking all over the place today, but yeah.
No worries.
I did sort of feel sorry for him because, like, I think most of it was a prep issue, like, because it was a pre-haxy game, and as a result, you can't really say many of the plays was sort of an issue because simply RNG just decided to go, yeah, you're not hearing anything anymore. But I mean, yeah, staying in was a massive misplay, but apart from that, it's mainly prep.
Yeah, and Altaria basically agreed with both of you. Like, he mentioned that not having the Ice Punch on Hitmonchan was terrible because had he taken down Gliscor, which was my main check to Lycanroc Dusk, which is true, it was my main check. I had to get rid of Lycanroc Dusk, and that was with it. Lycanroc Dusk could have put in so much work against me had he just taken down Gliscor. It's poor prep, but I can guarantee you this from playing in leagues with Garen, he's going to bounce back. He's going to pick up some wins here and put together a good string. So I'm not too worried about it. This was a stunner to me because Savage is normally a very good battler. He's 6-0'd me and 5-0'd. He's 6-0'd, 5-0'd, and 4-0'd me in the 3 leagues that I've played in with him. He's a competent battler. He's part of the front office, as you know, Shadow. He got walled by a Rain team, and not just Rain. He got walled by the Fairy Steel Dragon Core, which to me, Matthias had the matchup to beat. His team should have beat Dragoons, Fairy Dragon Steel Core, but it didn't. He got beat by Florges, and he got beat by Ferrothorn. I had him at 13th, right where he's sitting. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this, to be perfectly honest with you guys. How did Savage get walled by Florges and Ferrothorn?
I feel it just comes down to prep. You gotta prep the defense in order to break the defense. Anytime I get slowed out, I just look back at prep and it's like, oh yeah, I didn't touch enough for that. But there's not much you can do after the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is a prep thing. Like, I mean, the main reason you got stalled out was that no point, like, either Bulu or, where is it? Yeah, either Bulu or, Dracula, like, either of them would have been poison jab and you've suddenly got your face covered.
Well, and I know it's a Rain team, but why didn't he bring Heatran? Heatran would have walled or taken down both of those, even in the Rain.
Yeah, I guess maybe I don't know, sorry, Shadow.
Oh no, you can go ahead.
Okay, no, I guess he was sort of maybe scared of Rain Sweepers and then Heatran sort of dead in the Rain, but that's still not really an excuse. You can still prep around Rain. Like, it's when the team's so centralized around Rain, like, you can prep around it.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm gonna scroll over here and see if I can find him real quick. I mean, no, he doesn't have Heatran as a Z captain. I was gonna say if Heatran was a Z captain, a Z Sunny Day set would have been pretty good to actually like set up +1 speed with Volcarona and get rid of that Rain, or not Volcarona, Heatran and get rid of that Rain.
The main reason he didn't bring Heatran, I think, is Goodra. Because on his team, he didn't really have much for Goodra with Draco and Sludge Wave. That's really all it needs.
That's true.
As you can see, he got one up with Goodra as well.
Yeah.
I mean, with the Sludge Wave thing, Heatran just sort of doesn't care about the Sludge Wave, but Draco, then, sort of dead.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Goodra, man.
Goodra has like the most coverage in the world. It's unbelievable. Anyways, moving on, we got the New York Matangs and Huff sitting in 12th here. Also lost 1-0. He actually moved up a slot just because so many people fell down below him. He moved up from 13th to 12th. 2-0 loss. He played, didn't he play Ga in the Gardevoirs? Was that his match this week, I think? I had him sitting at 15th. He played extremely hard. Like, I loved his Seismitoad set. I think it was really good versus the Coco. It almost killed the Coco, to be perfectly honest. And he walled the Klefki if he wasn't scarfed, and I found out later that he was scarfed. But that Klefki killed him. Letting go of his Togekiss killed him. And I don't know. He played extremely well. That's basically where I am. He plays well. I just think the prep got him.
I don't think it was. I think it was actually the play. The early game was really bad, because he just took a lot of unnecessary damage on most of his team, and he lost a lot of his main strat, like Baton Pass, Z-Trick, Togekiss, and then Mega He lost Togekiss almost right away.
What does Z-Trick do? Because I actually don't know what it does off the top of my head. Plus, oh, yeah, God, +2 speed into a Heracross. Okay, I can see why he was doing this. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen Seasonal more often than Z-Trick.
Yeah, but that's the thing with Huff, and that's part of the reason he's in this league. He does some of the strangest things you guys will ever see. This time it didn't work. Other times it will work. Like, he had a Curse Recycle. It was a strange Curse Recycle spread on a Alolan Muck, and it almost won an APA match. I couldn't believe it. It was crazy. Let's see. I don't think Clem had him at 13th. Talking about prep, and then no reason to switch Zarina out on keys. I don't think Clem knew that Zarina was scarfed. So, moving on, we have the Ottawa Centrets in 11th. They were the biggest movers. They went down 10 spots from first, 0-1 -4. This is the reigning champion. I think I'm the only one that didn't put him in a huge drop. I think I kept him at third. Like, his prep and then tossing away, like, his prep, his Magearna set was not the right Magearna. And then some of his play just killed him, but I still think he's one of the strongest teams in the league, which is why I didn't want to drop him that far. Board, I know why you dropped him all the way.
Okay, so yeah, people don't know. I said in my post that if he lost week 1, he's going 16th, and he lost. So yeah, I mean, like, he has a team in the league. Even though he's playing against arguably second best in the league, I don't see why he should have lost with the team he had, I guess. And yeah, I guess maybe I was a bit fired because of that, but still, it's a mixture of crack and play, and like, he will get a win. That's so obvious, but he has a 16 man, but yeah.
That's my fault. I'm actually gonna talk to the commissioner of APA and a couple of other big name commissioners that I work with, like A-Drive and the WBE, which I know everybody in PCF likes to dump on him, but I'm gonna talk to the professionals that I work with regularly and say, hey, help me fix my tiers while still allowing some of this broken stuff, because obviously Magearna is going to be a problem this season. Protean Greninja with Z Crystals is going to be an issue this season. It's not as bad as Mega Ments, but I can see it coming, and I'll work on that.
So, can I talk about Spare real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Shadow. Go ahead.
So, with the Gasser set, I assume it was Rindoberry with Sludge Wave to kill the Podium Grin, but the set didn't work out because maybe Crimson didn't have Grass Knot, or it didn't have, or it just didn't have Grass Knot, or he was clearing Rindoberry. But I see some potential with that set, but what I don't see is him abusing Magearna Mega Latios. So he just played that core really bad.
Yeah, there's going to be hiccups for Spare, because last year he hiccuped, but that Magearna Megalati core is going to destroy somebody. It's going to destroy multiple people this season. It's coming. Up next we have Damien and the Dutch Weaviles. They lost 0-1 -2. They're sitting in 10th. They dropped 5 places. I had them in 11th. Really, to me, Damien's issue was his play. He made a lot of really, really questionable plays. He let Volt Turn get the best of him, and he really didn't have Volt Turn himself. Like, he needed to have Volt Turn in order to get his momentum, because otherwise he was just taking all that damage, racking up on him. I think he misplayed the T-Tar when the Mew came in. He should have known Mew was probably coming in to check that. If he had D-danced right there, he could have hit Mew and killed it, and not taken the burn to T-Tar. And then, yeah, I'm not going to talk about his transaction here, even though I did in the rankings, because we'll get to that. But his play really was not good this week, and Damien can do better. But I just think his play killed it. Not having Volt Turn and not speed creeping really, really killed him this week.
Was Tyrese DD?
I don't know. I actually haven't asked him that. I forgot to ask him about that. I was helping him with his week 2, but had it been DD, I think he would have been better off.
Yeah, I feel like overall his prep and play is decent. He just got out-prepped and outplayed.
Yeah, I think that's us as well. I think it's just more luck of the draw that he just got. The person who just out-prepped and outplayed. It's sort of hard, but I mean, if he continues like he did, he's going to get a win. Simple as. Because it's not bad, it's just that it needs to be a little bit better to be more competitive with some of the better players.
I mean, he's got an incredibly good sand team with Rotom Wash to absorb some of those hits for 2 of the biggest checks to that. He can't deal with grass types yet, but he basically has water and ground types checked with Rotom Wash.
Mega Medi breaks everything that's not exciting.
That's true. Mega Medi does break everything.
And Ross got to Mega Medi, so.
True. And I think Altaria had him. I'm looking here. Altaria actually had him at 9th. Just talked about being possibly the best coach that lost. He was just competitive. His team got chipped into superior range, and then Infernape came in to clean up. So yeah, he did get a little outclassed, but I'm not worried about Damien. He should bounce back. Coming in at 9th, Slick and the Cleveland Escavaliers. He moved up 2 slots from where we had Torn ranked. He also lost. He lost to you, Shadow, 2-0. I couldn't put him down there low. I couldn't really. I had him at 8th. Just because it's tough to take over a team, and he actually didn't make his changes until after he played you, which I respect. He had the option. He chose to help you guys, or at least help you, Shadow, because you were already prepped for over a week, and like that. Yeah, and like I appreciate that. Like that right there, Slick. You're a great coach. If you're watching this, thank you for doing that. Definitely want to keep you around in WWC. That's the type of coaches I'm looking for. He just didn't have. I think it was more the prep. He was short prepped, and that's really why I think if we get this rematch in playoffs later in the season, I'm gonna be interested to see what happens with that. Granted, you did bring heat. If you want to go ahead and talk about that.
I feel the prep and play on his end was pretty good. Although I'd say some of it was kind of predictable, because the support to Valiant, kind of expected. D-Boost, Ninja, the Baton Pass, Into Manatee, all this I saw a lot of, but it's still really effective, so I understand why he got it, but overall it was solid prep, so I think it rewarded.
Yeah, I mean, you just didn't need to flex up hard with your feet, but anyway, no, I so wanted speed boost into Manatee to work, just because I think Ninja deserves more love, and I hope he can use it in different ways than just speed pass them on, hopefully, but who knows. Yeah.
Hey, Shadow. Shadow.
Spoilers, man.
We're getting there.
My boy Ninja. Anyone want to hear him up?
I mean, is speed passing into Mega Charizard X something I should play with?
Oh my god. If that works, I'm putting you number 1. You'll have to hit that.
I'll think about it, because speed passing into Zard would be actually pretty cool, because I wouldn't have to carry D-Dance, I could carry Swords Dance instead.
Veil and Speed Dance.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not give him too many ideas. Actually, I don't have to play him, because I'm not a coach. So
I don't have to play Shadow. I don't have to play
Shadow. You are a lucky boy.
I do not have to play. I didn't want to play Shadow after what he's done to me in PCF. I don't want to play Shadow until I have to. He has single-handedly just beat me down numerous times, and I just didn't want to play him. I was like, go play other people, leave me alone. I'm looking here. Clem had him in 10th, just outplayed and outprepped. So, speaking of Clem is sitting in 8th at 1-0 plus 3. He moved up 6 spots. I mentioned it last week, I shouldn't underestimate Clem. He is leading PCF. I just want to see more from Clem. He did play Nikki, who's in last. And no offense to Nikki, if you're watching this, you're not the top tier guy. You got the potential to get to the top tier guy. You just aren't right now. It's where I was last season, kind of. But that's why I can't put him any higher than I did at 9th, in putting him below the coach that had lost. I just think he played a good match, but he sacked stuff off for differential. Toros was a nice surprise. I didn't expect Toros to do the damage it did. But I want to see a quality win against one of these higher ranked teams before I'll start taking Clem a little more seriously with this. And that's just, I don't know him like you guys do, so.
I don't know him too well. I just think he's a solid guy. This game right here is in our best time. He messed up a lot in the ending. Just messed up for one for no reason. It wasn't a bad performance, but it wasn't amazing.
What about you, Board?
Oh.
Did we lose Board? I'm looking. You just type. He's got a dip. Okay, so Board's out for the rest of this call. I'll just go back to Shadow and I here. So Board actually had. I'm looking for him right now. Beatles. Board had him at 6th. Basically said you lost your head once you won. Don't do that again. You choke differential needlessly. Obviously, you can't do that against Shadow or myself or one of the more experienced coaches, type of thing. Was all he said. So yeah, if you guys are watching, that was Board. We'll try and get him in and out when we can. Time zones are the biggest issue. I'll try and get Altaria in here. We'll try and get Clem in here.
Yeah, I think it's around midnight right now.
Yeah, it should be about midnight for him. 6 hours difference. It's 6 o'clock my time. Should be, what, 4 o'clock your time? Almost?
About, yeah.
Because you're 2 hours behind me. Anyways, moving on. Togekiss, 7th, 1-0. They picked up a 5-0 win against Mama Niche. Plus 8. Again, I wasn't really... I had Matthias at 10. Matthias is a great friend of mine. Battles are just stupid against him. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just go look at the APA Week 2 match versus Matthias, where he and I managed to hex each other to a 0-0. How? I don't know. That's just Matthias and me, but... Anyways, it's similar to Clem in my mind. Like, it was an impressive win. I'm still not a fan of his Fairy Dragon Steel Core. You made some suggestions last week. Definitely needs to listen to those and make those changes. Make his team very, very potent. And again, I want to see him win against the top half of this league. Against the people, I want to see if he put up a win against Spare. I would be like, okay, I was wrong about this team. You have a team that you know what to do with. I was wrong. That's it. Until I see a quality win, I just can't move Matthias higher than where I have him.
Yeah, his Fairy Dragon Steel Core is just a fast food on Sylveon. No Dread. So that's...
Dread again. He has Dread again.
Oh, he's Dread?
Yeah, he's got Dread again.
In the match, Sylveon could just keep it open on the team, which was good. What I didn't like is how he played with Mega Torpedo. He just... I believe he brought it in on something, took a lot of damage, and then swapped out, seeing that he took so much damage.
Yeah, I think he brought it in on Zygarde, and then Zygarde just beat the crap out of it, if I remember correctly.
Other than that, you played solid.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, Mama mishandled Zygarde. We talked about that. I want to see him make some changes. I'm sitting here at 1-0 plus 6 in 6th, moved up 3 positions. I don't like ranking myself. I don't know how you feel about ranking yourself, but I'm a little critical on myself. Like, that 6-0 win was great. I had really good prep, had low punny come, I could have handled it, had Tang come, I could have handled it, I was ready for them. I didn't have to, but I won poor prep, and that's why I only moved myself up 1 spot. I think I played better than Slick did. I prepped better than Slick did in my mind, and so that's why I only moved myself up 1 spot, but you guys apparently liked me enough to move me up here. Actually, I think this is mainly... I'm looking for the bear. I think this is mainly Alteria's fault that I'm sitting up at 6th, because I think the rest of you guys put me at 8th, and I sat myself at 7th. If you want to go ahead and break down what happened with me.
I put you at 8th, mainly because it was the opponent. Just the prep and play from your opponent just kind of gave you the win.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. Like, Garen definitely wouldn't have gotten 6-0'd if he had brought the team I expected him to bring, especially if he had taken down Vikavolt, because I couldn't break Celesteela without getting Charizard really set up, and Charizard couldn't set up very easily on his team with Lopunny sitting there. Just looking at what Altaria said, I think it was like 6-0 win at the hand of Gliscor. Vikavolt set, had enough speed for whatever variant of Celesteela came. Oko, even without the expert belt, shows just how strong Vikavolt is. Yeah, and I took advantage once Celesteela was gone with Gliscor, because his team had no advantage. I thank Altaria for putting me up that high, but I don't think I deserve the 2nd slot for his power rankings.
The Vikavolt set, I feel, it's the Rockberry. I can't remember the Rockberry.
I don't know it either, but yeah.
But having that over Esper Belt has been really nice, since Esper Belt really isn't needed. That special attack stat is insane, and I'm pretty sure you still O-code everything.
Actually, I did need it. In order to guarantee that I O-code a Spadef Toxapex, I had to have that E-Belt.
Oh.
Yeah, I ran 248, 252. I think it's Calm Nature. Is that the one that boosts special attack or special defense? I don't remember what the nature is, but when I ran against that set, if I didn't have the E-Belt, I did 97% max. Because I wasn't modest. I was jolly, or not jolly. Whichever one lowers attack, plus speed lowers attack. Timid, yeah. I was timid because I wanted to make sure that when I agility'd, I was faster than everything but Lycanroc. So, but yeah, that's enough talking about me. I talked about myself too much in the match anyways. Yeah, so, Gon is Gardevoir is here, 1-0 plus 2, they're in 5th. They moved up 2 slots after beating, who did they play? Huff, Matangs. Wow, my brain is just dead. I had him at 6th. Great sets. I really don't like how he handled his Tapu Koko. I really didn't like the fact that he sacked Koko to rocks. I think that was poor. He could have saved his differential. I don't know. That's basically my issue. I don't like the fact that he sacked off Koko.
For me, it wasn't him sacking Koko to rocks that triggered me. It was more of letting him take that much damage so they did die to rocks. I feel the window berry substitute was kind of obvious against the Koko, but even with that, he started off thinking really strong, had some really nice offensive plays early, but really good, and he played endgame pretty well.
Yeah, and that's what Clem mentioned was D-Dance Latios with all those hazards against Jirachi was a great bring. Yeah. So moving into our top 4, we have Dragoon and his Dying Dragoons. 1-0 plus 5, just manhandled Savage with that Fairy Dragon Steel Core. Didn't actually really have to use his Rain at all to do the damage he needed. I had Dragoon at 5th. Basically, I don't want to play this team. I really don't want to play this team. I hate playing against Rain teams because I know what they can do. But the fact that he's got Florges, really, I don't like it. I still want to see what his team does outside of Rain before I moved him any higher. Like, great match, great prep, great play. He obviously did extremely well to 5-0 Savage and just wall him out with 2 defensive Mons. But I want to see another match where he doesn't have to rely on Rain.
Father, you just not something? There's nothing in 20. Because 20 did a ton to Savage's team with Hurricane and Henry.
Yeah.
His only plays are chain instance or bench building. Not really, it's more of a bench building. It would be a Trill and Scarf Rakion. Scarf Rakion he can handle, and a Kirby can handle. So I don't know why he's doing 20.
Yeah, Torn T on a Rain team is almost standard bring every week. Board had Dragoon all the way up to number 2, just saying identify win con, utilize the Mons effectively to achieve win con, profit, need I say more. Typical in Board, it's fashion there. Spies. Yeah, Spies, we got back-to-back. PCF coaches basically dominated the top 10 here, didn't they? I think. Yeah, not a single PCF coach is in the bottom 8. Like, the top half of the league has all 3 of you guys in it. Clem.
Top 5.
Yeah. Top 5 at 3. That doesn't bode well for the WWC PCF League War. Not at all. Anyways, Spies here is a 1-0 plus 2, sitting in 30, moved up 1 spot. I had him at 4th. I'll be the first to admit, it might have been too high to put him at 4th. Apparently not, because you guys liked him enough that he actually got higher than me. I was wrong when I judged his team post-draft. I can see how it fits together now, and he played really well. He prepped really well, and he kept his Mons healthy enough that Serp could come in clean, and when Serp died, everything had chipped down enough that Infinite cleaned.
See, what is how great he ended. He saved Serp and Infinite from the path to win in the end. He needed to chip on, I think it was Bronzong, and it was just Bronzong was to win. And to that, and it worked out with the hat.
Yeah. Altaria had him at 6th, but Clem apparently really loved Spies enough this week. Just with the prep and play, plus the Scarf Serp was a great bring. Clem put him all the way up at number 1. So, I forgot to mention this when we were doing Savage and Huff. We had 2 ties this week in Power Rankings, because for those of you that don't know how Power Rankings work, to get these that you guys are seeing, the 5 analysts, Shadow, myself, Board, Clem, and Altaria, we do our weekly Power Rankings, and then it's the average of those 5. So if you get ranked first, you get 1 point all the way down to 16 for last place. And then it's your average, sum divided by 5, it's your average amongst the coaches. That's where you get how we determine who's 1 through 16. Huff and Savage actually tied, but it goes to differential. Savage had the worst differential, so Huff goes up a slot. The other tie was right here with the Portland Trail Blazekins and yourself, Shadow, with the Y scores. Because your differential was worse, you ended up at 2nd. You moved up a spot from last week. I put you at 2nd just because I think the Trail Blazekins knocking off the champion was bigger to me. You brought and you told me this before the match, so I was waiting for it. You brought the most heat set that I had seen with a Licky Licky. And
I
now
was screaming that set.
I'm so glad I don't play you this season until playoffs, because like I'm scared, and this is perfectly justifiable reason why you're in the front office. Like this, you built this set. I could use this set someday and just catch someone off guard. So why don't you go ahead and talk about your set with that Licky Licky?
Why would I talk about it?
Because you're the one who came up with it.
Alright. SD Endure Cut Step Explosion. That's all I need.
Yeah. Because cut step being legal is now going to change how so many people have to prep. Because that's the one that raises your priority one on your next move, right?
Yeah, it makes you go +1 priority bracket, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's it. So it's just beautiful because you take in Licky Licky, you Swords Dance on their check, you endure to take the hit and get the berry to trigger, and then you blow up and take out a threat. It's just
It actually took down 2.
Yeah, it did take down 2. It was just beautiful. Like, and again, I probably could have ranked you number 1, but I just thought the Trailblazerkins was better. I know Clem had you at 2. Really loved that Licky Licky set. Board had you at 1 because you were making him look more like an idiot for putting you 13th after the draft.
I forgot to put me 13th.
Yeah, and Altaria actually had you the lowest at 4th, but he was just stunned with that Licky Licky, plus your counters to both Manaphy and Mega Drain. I mean, you had... This is why I don't want to play you. You have everything so fine-tuned. You know how to beat everything, and it's just... It amazes me.
I wouldn't say everything.
Well, you have 90% covered, and that's enough to win most games. So...
I just feel... When I talk about the prep and play, I just feel... I almost played a perfect game doing the thing with Gardevoir on Ninja. Since I wasn't really expecting a Life Orb Ninja. But if that Gardevoir set worked as well, then there would have been 2 sets that would have been yelling about.
What was that Gardevoir set? Because I don't remember it.
Trick Room, Trace.
Right,
So,
to steal the
then
speed boost.
It would come in on the Ninja. The Ninjas would get the speed boost and steal with all that. But I would set up Trick Room to underspeed his Ninja. And if he had gone for a Protect, then I could just kill the Ninjas next turn. If he went for a Sub, I can go for a Moonblast. And I'm pretty sure it lived 2 non-boosted hits, any 2. If he Baton Passed into another Mon, I would still outspeed. But it was just a way to counter the speed passing and to actually reverse sweep if it pulled off.
Yeah, it was beautiful. That's another really nice, beautiful set. Definitely want to take a look at that. Portland Trail Blazerkins. So I want to put this on the record. I called this match. You look. If anyone wanted to see the pick'ems, you look at the pick'ems. It was a 6 or 5-1 against, and I picked the Trail Blazerkins to upset Spare. I smelled it coming. I saw it coming, and it happened. Spare got his core, but he's missing 2 Mons. Where are the 2 Mons he's missing? With the Blazerkins. It just great prep, really great play. He did get some help with Spare not playing correctly, but Protein Greninja put in work, and then Lando T just did what a Lando T just did what a Lando T does and sweeps.
I feel like this game wasn't as impressive as other people think because of the way Spare prepped and played. It wasn't very good. And it wasn't the game it was hyped up to be.
Yeah, I mean, sitting here, I can agree with that it wasn't as hyped, but, and maybe that's why I'm caught in the hype still, as you can tell. Like, this was a clash, the champion got defeated. He's mortal. Now how do we beat the Trailblazerkins? That sort of thing. Altaria had him at 1.
I'm glad I don't face him, because I don't want to face Protein Greninja.
I don't want to face Protein Greninja either, but he joined and ended up in my division, so I will have to play him at some point. With playoffs probably on the line.
Transaction?
What?
On transaction?
Yeah, we'll move on to transactions here. So to kick things off, we've got Damien dropping Frostlass for Gourgeist. This was actually a suggestion that I made to Damien right after the draft, right before he played his week 1 match. He didn't make it before that free draft period ended. I wish he had, because he wouldn't have had to burn, but I love Gourgeist. It's fat, it can run multiple speed tiers. Here's the grass type that he was sorely missing to help break down those threats. If Rotom Wash can't break them, Gourgeist can break them. Or Gourgeist can just be stupidly annoying and chip everything. I like this move. How do you feel?
I feel like this move, because he got grass type, which he really badly needed. But I still question, he still has 40 points and more.
Yes, that's true. Magmar plus 40 points. Damien, you really should spend those points, dude. Get Magmortar if you want a fire type in that line. It's just slightly better. Doesn't have the Eviolite, but at least use your points. Houston Hydreigons. Nicky burning 3 out of his 4 points here to drop Kelio for Tapu Fini, Scissor for Togedemaru, and Noivern for Mudsdale. Biggest thing that I question here is the fact that he got rid of both his fighting type and his dragon. He now has an incomplete Fairy Steel Dragon Core. Getting Fini is nice because it makes Venusaur not have to carry the load. Mudsdale's a good rocker and a good choice band abuser. I don't know anything about Togedemaru, but I think the fact that he doesn't have a dragon type now really is going to be a problem for him.
I feel I like this shit a lot, mainly just with Tapu Fini and him getting more ice resist and rock resist. Those were the big problems in this draft, were both rock and ice. And he fixed all the problems at the cost of 2 floating types and a fighting dragon.
Yeah, I've been suggesting this to him, but Halucha is sitting out there still, because no one picked it up after I dropped it. And the other option is Komao. And I think either one of those would be Komao would give him his dragon type and his fighting type back. And he could get rid of...
Staraptor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been my suggestion to him. We'll see if he takes that. It's kind of like with Matthias and taking Garchomp. We're just waiting to see if they'll do it. Baltimore Murkrows dropping Walrein for Ferroseed and Roserade for Primarina. I guess after he got walled by a Fairy and a Steel type, he decided to get the baby version of it and a thick Specs Abuser in Primarina. I honestly don't know. I mean, Primarina has been something that I've wanted to try. And Ferrothorn is baby Ferroseed, or Ferroseed is baby Ferrothorn. I don't know if this fixes his team or not, but...
I like this trade because Walrein for Ferroseed, pretty solid. To make a string Ferroseed defensive core, pretty good before. Primarina, pretty solid mon, but he's pulling up on a lot of type shit. Dropped Roserade. He had Roserade under Bessie Payne, which is very scary. Sad to see Roserade go, but that means I could potentially grab it if I'd like.
I don't want you to have that thing. I might have to go... No, because the last time I did that, I ended up with Kyurem Black for a while and screwed up. And then Savage got Bulu. I'm not going to...
I love using Roserade.
Yeah, I hated you. I had it for like 3 weeks last season and traded it away for Dawn Fan. I hated it. Gob basically went and busted the bank with his entire... made all 4 of his transactions. Mian Shao for Slurpuff, Kamala for Steelix, Aselgor for Hitmonlee, and Cresselia for Scolipede. He's got Speed Pass now, which is fine. Having Coco plus Hitmonlee and Slurpuff scares the crap out of me, because that's 2 unburdened boosters, one of which can set up a belly drum or be electric seed belly drum with drain punch and heal. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm really scared about this match going into week 2.
I really like these changes he made. The only problem is still no grass type.
Yeah, still no grass type.
Everything's really solid. Another rocker. He got heads, got spikes, anti-spikes, and speed pass. He has 2 unburdened mons.
Hitmonlee's a pretty reliable rapid spinner.
2.
Yeah. And Hitmonlee is definitely a reliable rapid spinner. So, but 2 unburdened mons plus speed pass is real. This might be the one time where I wish I had Trick Room, especially with Crest gone now. Granted, Steelix and Trick Room is not good either.
He also has some center which can make him a Trick Room.
Oh yeah, he does have Incineroar too.
Wasn't the wolf around.
Yep. Okay. So, S-Cavaliers here, these were all, just a reminder for everyone, these were all free transactions when you take over as a coach in WWC. You get 24 hours to make any transactions you want, as many as you want, to get your team lined the way you want it. Then they start rolling, so none of these have counted towards Slick's moves. He dropped Latios, Cobalion, Lantern, and Ninjask, and picked up Rampardos, PZ, Xatu, and Cryogonal. I don't like the Lottie drop. Other than that, I think these are pretty solid changes. Xatu can Magic Bounce for hazard control. Cryogonal is incredibly fast, rapid spinner. He got a rocker and whatever that thing is. Rampardos, which Sheer Force Life Orb. Rampardos is just a scary thing to deal with, and PZ is always a good mon.
I don't like these things because he lost his dragon, his skill, rocker, his speed pass, and his bulky water. That's a good part. I mean, Manaphy, either more bulkier spread most weeks, or you're not having a really solid bulk water to handle all at single-handed. The only thing I do like about this trade is Poison, but at the cost of Valiant, I don't like it.
He actually doesn't have a FSD core at all. He's only got the fairy. Diance's is only part of that core. He dropped his dragon and his steel. I guess I didn't realize that when he dropped Cobalion, he didn't grab another steel type.
Lost a lot of Volt turns too.
Yeah, he did lose 3, didn't he? Or does Latios get it too? Did he lose 4 Volt turners?
No, Latios does not get it.
That's true. Okay, so it's Cobalion with Volt Switch, Lantern with Volt Switch, and U-turn on Ninjask. I mean, and Baton Pass. I mean, he did pick up U-turn with Xatu, but we'll see how this plays out. He's still got 4 transactions. He also has 40 points still sitting on the board as well. That he can use to make some changes. It's going to really see how people drop things, because he was working with scraps. So that's actually it for transactions. We're going to jump into the pick'ems here. I'm going to open up the pick'ems tab here on the, because I switched to Slick's thing, pick'ems. We got White Force Wheels versus the S-Cavaliers. Who you got and why, Shadow?
I said Cleveland, because if he plays and preps like he did versus me, I think he can easily win this game.
That's kind of where I went with too. I agree that I picked S-Cavaliers. I think if he's got the better team in my mind in this matchup, so as long as he plays well, preps well, he's got this. Fans went with Cleveland as well. Hydreigons versus you. You're obviously going to pick yourself. I went ahead and picked you. I feel bad for Nikki because he's got to run the gauntlet basically and play you and Clem and some of these high-powered coaches that I know are high-powered. So please be gentle on him. If you're going to 6-0 him, let him down gently. Don't just like cream him with one mon. Spread the love. Granted, Nikki could sneak up on you. I might help him build just so he can sneak up on you. I don't know. Yeah, Minior is a threat. The fans actually don't like you in this match.
No, they don't.
It was really close. It was 6-5, but they decided to go with Nikki on this one. For the second straight week, they picked Nikki. Togekiss versus Primarinos. Who you got?
I think it's Spies.
Yeah, you said Spies. I also. Yeah, go ahead. I thought you were done. Sorry.
Why? But I know it's going to be helping him out with this.
I pick Spies too. I hate picking against Matthias because Matthias is a very confident, very good battler. This is one of those games. If Matthias wins this one, it will justify me moving him up. This is one of those quality wins I'm looking for. It's just going to come down to Matthias's play and prep, really. Matthias is very, very good battler. We'll see if this team can hold up against Spies.
Let's see why it's Spies. Spies definitely gets mad.
Oh yeah, Spies has got the match. It's gonna be on. It's gonna be on Matthias's play and prep because the matchup is not in his favor. However, the fans like him in this one. I think it was 9-2 against Spies for this one. We got. Yeah. Yeah. So there's that potentially is the fans' upset special for the week. We got myself versus the Gardevoirs. Obviously, I would pick myself. Who you got, Shadow?
So this is a really tough one. But just looking at teams, I see a lot of ways to go off and deal with what you have and put back to.
I know you're not trying to say anything because you're trying to stay neutral on this one. That's why you weren't helping build this week. Honestly, I'm scared of this match. I don't know what I'm going to do. He has a lot of very, very scary speed passing potential and unburdened potential.
I'm not going to say anything in particular, but looking matchup-wise, I'm definitely saying Goff. It's still going to be a close game, but I feel like it's slight advantage.
Yeah, it's going to depend on how God plays, because he likes to sack things off for momentum. And if he sacks the wrong thing off, or he misplays something, I could set up and sweep in front of something. That's my win con is set up and sweep. That's about my only win con that I have right now is set up with something. Not necessarily Zard. I don't remember if I'm bringing Zard or not, because I'm not giving anything away, but I gotta set up with somebody in sweep. But moving on, we got the New York Matangs versus the Agrons. Who do I have in this one? I have the Agrons. I think, I forgot, with myself, Board's the only one to pick me. Everybody else went for Guy, so we'll see if Board can pick up his upset of the week for this one. I went with the Agrons. I think Giran learned from his 6-0 by me not to make changes to his prep, and I think he just has the better matchup this week.
His matchup is good. I don't see how Puff can break his defense and build his offense.
Yeah, Huff's team is not prepared for, they're not ready for this, in my mind.
No.
That one's a clean sweep. Even the fans, everybody across the board is going for the Agrons. Portland Trail Blazekins against the Baltimore Murkrows. I took Savage. This smells like my upset special last weekend with Crimson beating Spare. I just think Savage can win this game. Savage is looking for revenge after getting 5-0'd last weekend. It just, to me, it has the makings of a beautiful, beautiful chance to be an upset special. And that's why I even said, say it with me, folks, upset special. You, on the other hand, Shadow?
Yeah, I said put the Blazekins. This team is so good. He's floating in black Ranger team. You know what minutes? Savage is going to win this game. He has to play, I don't know. Or Crimson just has to play bad.
One or the other. Everybody went with Crimson except for myself, so we'll see if I can do it 2 weeks in a row. West Texas Leafeons versus Spare. I'm so sorry, Mama. Like, legit, I didn't mean for you to have to play Spare. I was trying to avoid putting you up against Spare, because that's just so mean. And it's nothing to do with the fact that Mama's not a good player. She's just not experienced like I am. And Spare has a nightmare of a team. And so I feel terrible for Mama, but I went with Spare. I don't see how... If Mama can avoid the 6-0 again, that'll be extremely good progress for her.
Yeah, Spare just has an insane matchup here. He can handle Mega Pig with Magirna. He can handle Zygarde with an Encore Volt. Entei, he can go with Teeny, as well as Gastrodon. And just the rest of the team can't really...
It's just not fair. Plain and simple, it's just not fair. For some reason, Board picked Mama. I don't know why. He must be trying to call an upset like I did.
I don't know why either, and I don't see why.
It's the second straight week he's picked Mama, so we'll see. If Board picks that, I will be incredibly impressed with Mama, and I will be incredibly disappointed with how Spare's season has started. Finally Finally, we got the Weather War. We got the Dying Dragoons and their Rain versus Damien and his Sand. Honestly, I think Damien can win this one. I think Dragoon might get a little cocky, and after 5-0ing Savage, this is like my ultimate dream matchup here. Sand versus Rain, two teams that I really love to run. I think Sand's got this. I think Damien has the better check matchup with Mega Medi just to tear things apart. Mega Medi can carry like Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, Bullet Punch, and I don't know what else it needs, because Thunder Punch will take down Pelipper, Fire Punch will take down Pharaoh, and Bullet Punch will basically cripple Florges.
Yeah, I went with Dragoon, mainly because I was looking at weather, and Dragoon can really go in on Damien's team with Mega Swampert as well as Twin T. Nothing standing in the way. There's Rotom Wash, who will get weakened, but he has answers to that. Very good defensive answers to that as well.
Yeah, it's...
Bronzong, he can handle Chandelier. As well as coming with Feral Thorn and just put it more spice and hazard. Four guys doesn't like Twin T, and the rest of the team doesn't really like Whippet. The only thing I didn't notice until now was Dragoon does not have a solid Psychic type or Psychic type in general to handle Mega Medi.
Yeah. Well, and the fans agreed with you. They went with Dragoon on this one. It's honestly going to come down to who keeps their weather up, because whoever wins that weather battle is going to win this game, because if the sand goes down, the rain's just going to run through. If the rain goes down, the sand has a very good chance to run through. So, moving to the last part here, checking time here real quick. Oh my god. We are longer than we were last week.
Oh.
We're at 1 hour and 3 minutes already.
Alright, we need to find a way to keep back in.
Yeah, I need to have, I need a third monitor, because I need to have OBS open so I can keep track of this. Guys, thank you for bearing with us. We're working on it. Shadow and I just started doing this together. This is the stuff that slows us down. Meet ancillary talking. Gotta move on it. Anyways, kill leaders. My Gliscor with the 5-0 in first. Trailblazerkins with Lando getting the 4-0. 4-0 for Sylveon in the Togekiss. Pharaoh getting a 3-0 for Dragoons. 3-0 for Infernape into the Primarinas. Megalotti getting a 3-0 for Ga. Your Mega Gallade getting a 3-0. Tauros with a 3-1 for Clem, and of course a 2-0 for Dragoon. There's only 9 up on the screen. We normally would have 10, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Mons tied for 10th right now at 2-1 with Superior, Golek, Jirachi, Keldeo and Licky Licky are all tied. Therefore, we are not putting all of them on the screen because that won't fit. Really surprised. No Gren, no Magirna, no Megalodios, no Kyurem Black, no Tapu Koko. The staples. That's kind of.
Surprise here. Gliscor 1 and Koros on the leaderboard.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Is it Gliscor or Gliscor? Because I say Gliscor.
I can't get the team too.
Okay, well, Gliscor being the kill leader is not going to happen. I guarantee it. It won't stay up there. But it's a nice surprise. So, yeah, guys, I'm sorry. Hour-long episode, not meant to be an hour long. We will get this timed. We will get this shortened. I want to thank Board for joining us for how long he could. I want to thank you, Shadow, for joining for this whole hour, taking an hour out of your night to do this with me. It was great having you as a co-host. Anything you want to wrap up with?
It's great for having me.
Alright, with that, guys, Shadow and I are going to get out of here. We got stuff to do. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely check out the links in the description down below. Twitter, Twitch, the Discord. The WWC Discord is being closed at the end of Season 3, so definitely join the Weather Gamer Discord. That's where the WWC is headed. You can hang out with Shadow, and the majority of these coaches are in there already. If you want to get connected into the WWC server before I shut it down, I can do that, but definitely check that out. Please go check out the analysts. Links in the description down below. Shadow will definitely be down there. He's uploading for...
Might have week 1
finally uploaded.
this week.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He's uploading his stuff. Definitely go check out that. You can see his side of battles. Go check out Altaria. Go check out Clem. Board doesn't have a channel, so I don't know what to say for Board to shout him out, but go check all those out. If you like the artwork, at least for the Beartix logo, the Togekiss's logo, definitely check out Griffin Feathers. His Twitter is linked in the description down below. Go show him some love from the Weather Gamer family, please. He's a great dude, great artist. He's not open for commissions, but please go check him out. That should be all the plugs I need. Shadow and I are going to get out of here. With that, I'm going to see you guys next time. I'm out.